Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe, to the channel. Martin Dogger again, bringing you some slightly new free gameplay. And yes, it's again a Raseineiai Zeroes medal video, because I have a huge backlog of videos and I want to clear them because the footage just keeps racking up. I love you guys, you keep sending me so much great stuff, and I have a hard time really just watching it all and then recording it all and keeping the house sorted. It's nearly done. It's nearly done. It still needs some decorating on the walls, but hopefully they will be done by the weekend. We've got Tank Fest coming up, and yeah, I'm just looking at the inbox now. I got a load of other good games again. God, it is so good, so good. Anyways, what are we doing? We're watching Faded It in the Nashorn. And you can see it is a supremacy game, and C is being contested, that cap, and he is in a Nashorn. And a tank like that, especially in a supremacy match, it can be tempting to park your tank destroyer on the rails, like this ARL was probably doing. But the ARL did not anticipate the fact that reds, which are greens on our screen, they were pushing the desert area. And if they are pushing the desert area and you don't have any spotters, then you'll be in trouble. And Faded It is playing it like an absolute boss. He's gonna shoot this ARL. Yes, there we go. Right up the butt. Gets the kill. First kill. And you can see what he's doing. He's trying to stay at about 250 meters in terms of range, because that's the view range of tanks at this tier. And can he clear the Echelon? Why? Come on. Shoot him. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting? Oh, he was waiting for him to become a one-shot, probably. Not the best in terms of form that you can do, but it's actually one why if you bounce and you then get spotted and the return shot goes in. Oh no, that's a KV. It was the KV2 did not shoot. That is good. La gamer du limousine did not shoot. He didn't shoot me. Well, this KV1 is not looking. Oh, that's good. That is a shot in, and that is a broken engine, which means he can shoot him again and hopefully set him on fire. Shoot him again. No, yeah, he does get the shot in again. He's slowly racking up the damage. But you can also see that the Reds are in town, and it's 4 heavy tanks and a medium tank. And they've got tank destroyers, but a KV1 has a nasty gun, and basically any gun that can shoot an HE shell against a Nashorn is a nasty gun, and especially KV1 is the big one. This guy has track player underscore number thingy, not so much of a threat, but then again the KV2 on his team is not so much of a threat against the Reds. And his team, at first they were doing, well, I'd say not too bad. Not brilliant, but not too bad either. Is he gonna feather that shot in? No. T-34-85 takes the Stuk, but the main thing that his team is doing wrong here is that they've cleared a flank, and then they push into this little dip. Do you see on the right side that there's a dip underneath the bridge? And if you are under the bridge, then Reds can draw some blood. That's what they do. They will then shoot you, and because you have to fight an uphill battle, you are in trouble. And Faded It knows he can clear this KV2 if he... yeah, that's a bit too late. The gamer, the limousine, was it just a little bit too late in shooting. He should have popped adrenaline maybe a bit earlier, or at least he should not have just shot the KV2 and then roll in. This T-34-85, oh, he's not AFK. I think I was going to say he's AFK. Kills the KV1. Oh, this is a 2. This is a 2-on-1 scenario at the moment, and Reds have got the base. Yeah, you can call for help, but there's nobody left. You have to do it your own, mate. Shoot the T-34-85. That's good. There is somebody behind you. You're in for some surprise butt sacks. No, clears the player number underscore thingy in the T-34-85. That's a T1 heavy with a dead driver or wounded driver, and Faded It clears the next tank as well. Gets 7 kills for nearly 3k damage. And yes, he was waiting for the second shot. You could consider that poor form and just a bit campy, but nearly 3k damage in a Nashorn where he had to put it in the front line. And yeah, he carried the team. Just look at that. Look at that. 12 and under 5 base XP, 19 shots fired, 18 hits, 18 penetrations. Thank you very much, mate, for sending that one in. And sorry for it took some time to get it on the channel. I'm not doing it on purpose. Not at all. This is a Night Fury underscore 13 and E25-1, the camel that was sold in celebration of Blitz's first birthday and was never to be sold again. Famous last words. You can now get the Y5 Defender tanks. I've seen a shitload of Y5 T35s already, or T34s already in tier 5. But this is a tier 7 battle. It's, like I said, Night Fury underscore 13 in the E25 #1. Well, E25 can be a great tank, but you have to be aware of where the reds are. And he is spotted now. He's looking at the lineup. He's looking at the team. Where are reds? Where are greens? Right, 2 tanks on the beach. 4 in front of him. Can I shoot this guy? No, not available. You don't want to waste your hit points in a tank with like the E25. It can be so tempting to just roll in because it's called the cockroach, yada yada, all that stuff. People are looking at the tank from time to time and thinking, right, great mobility, monster gun, great DPM. I'm just going to roll in and shoot reds constantly, and then I'll win. It doesn't work like that in the E25 because you do have a great gun with great penetration, but your armor is not, well, not brilliant. This is funny though. Oh, hello! Bye. I'll move back again. And then this 80, well, that's the 8, yeah, that's the 88. There's an 87 as well, who's on the left over here, 150 hit points. And he's now looking at the T20, bounces a shot, gets a great shot in, back on the T21. T21 is, it's not a T20, it's a T21. And the T21 is thinking, right, I've had enough, I'm going to clear that pesky little light tank on our flank. And the 88 is in the middle there, just backing up. And he doesn't know what to do. He's just way too slow to catch up with the E25, so Night Fury can go in and kill that tank, miss a shot, still the 88 can't shoot him. Kill the T31 this one, run away from the 88, who hasn't got the gun pressure, nor the mobility to shoot Night Fury up the ass, and then he can unleash hell on this 87. Still the 88 is nowhere to be seen, is behind him, get another shot in, get the kill, oh he's getting shot, oh hello, there's an 88, I'll just run away now, bye bye, 88, see you 80 later. This is fun, not so much for the guy in the 88, sorry Big Bob, but I quite like this sequence, where he just drives around. And the 88 has no chance in hell to catch up with him. So yeah, shoot the T21 and then shoot him some more for 5. Come on, clear him. Yeah, bounce a shot on the gun mantlet. Way to go, buddy. But in the meantime, his team has evaporated, and that is why you try to keep your hit points. If you have hit points left in the end game, that becomes armor in itself. You can sacrifice getting spotted first, and you can just trade if you know you have the hit points to survive one shot from a remaining enemy, and you are pretty sure you will then clean it. The 88 should be here around, here somewhere. Oh, hello, there he is. He's made it to the cap. Before getting spotted. Right, what I was going to say, if you... Oh, that's a good move. If you can afford to get hit by a tank and in return clear him, that's a good thing. But if you've been reckless with your hit points and been throwing them away like candy, then you can't afford to get shot. And this VK can't afford to get shot, and luckily, well, he could get a shot in on Night Fury, but he misses, so that wasn't good. And then the night he does this, he becomes a bit cocky, I think. He bumps around over some of the tents and etc. And does he manage to get behind the 87? Yes, almost, but then he needs to go away. Oh, buddy, what are you doing? Yeah. Well, the 88 is trying to do an admirable job, and you are nearly... Yeah, it seems to be working out. It seems to be working out. Now, can he clear? Yeah, he can clear the tank. Oh, this wasn't supposed to happen. And the 88 is still a tank that is just not able to keep up with traversing against the E25. An armor-piercing warrior has the sportsmanship to say, while he was traversing around, GG. I like that, mate. Shout out to you, armor-piercing warrior. You lost this game, but hey, you were in an 88. And you just don't have some ability to keep up with an E25. And you did your utmost best, but it just wasn't enough. And Night Fury, he got a Mastery Raseineiai Heroes Medal. And thank you as well, mate, for allowing me to use this replay on the channel, even if it took me about 2 months. So, I hope you are mad. People might get mad about this one, though. Just because it is a smasher. And there are a few tanks in game that really make people's blood boil. It makes them boil just BAM! Instantly. And there's tanks like a Badger, and a Smasher, and a Gravedigger, and maybe a Scavenger, not so much, but a Kenny Otsu, that's one as well. And the old A20 with the pre-nerfed A20. But this one, it broke the game. It broke the game at tier 7, it broke the meta. And yes, it has its weak points, and there will be people saying, well, Martin, the Smasher is not OP. I've taken it out so many times, yeah, blah blah blah. But it doesn't say too much to do well in the Smasher because of the big gun, because of the mobility that's, I think, too good for a tank that can do this amount of damage. Smasher feels balance. Bring the balance. Let the Panther roar. Let the Smasher balance out the game. And this is a slow starting battle. In fact, we haven't seen a single tank. Oh, there's the first one. It took us a minute though. Oh, hello. There we go. First shot in. Balanced. Yeah. Definitely balanced. Anyways, Oil Prince, he's doing a sensible thing. He's taking one shot and he's moving back to reload. And then go forward again into the bush because his team is setting up a nice firing squad. And you already realize, yeah, behind. I've said it on one of my latest videos as well. If you just look at the minimap and if you know what tanks are in the game and if you know the lines of approach to certain positions on the map, and you can count up to 7, which you should probably be able to do if you are in World of Tanks Blitz, then you can pretty much predict where tanks will go to and thus come from. And Oil Prince is experienced enough to not roll in here because his team is just poking around sideways in an SP1C in a T29 Poo-Poo Bear. Kudos. Kudos for his in-game name though. Bye bye, IS8. IS2 or IS. Who is spotted, who is thinking, I'm probably unspotted now. Let me just ever so slightly poke out. Oh, the SP1C shot, but the Smasher didn't. Oh, he shot me. Yeah, I'm dead now. And this is what you get in this gameplay. And Oil Prince was right. There is a tank behind. Took him some time. It took some time, but he's still behind. HE through the side of a VK 3601A. There we go. Gatoof. It doesn't say Gatoof, but well, it's a big. It's more or less a KV2. And now it's time to roll around, load AP again, because you never know if you're able to pen this tank. That is a KV1S. Right, lower plate. There we go. Ammo rack for good measure. Right, and then you can just mop up, because this tank has no chance in hell, no hope in hell of penetrating you. So you will just load the HE and bye-bye, bye-bye Hellcat. Did I mention the Smasher is balanced? Oh, this is just obscene. Do you think this should be rated R or say parental advisory explicit content. There we go. AP, bye bye KV. KV3 who's just gonna roll back now, and so is Oil Prince. He's going to roll back and then go behind the VK to protect his hull and side scrape, and the KV is going to go forward and he's going to bounce. Oh, he penetrates actually. No, yeah. Well, that's a good trade. 305, 396. Yet another kill. 5 kills. And he didn't do anything at all, basically. It's in terms of gameplay, I know, guys. I know this is a shitty one. It is just... He isn't doing anything. He's just maneuvering around at a good spot. And he's just farming. He's farming the damage. The Smasher is a farmer. And Poo Poo Bear is going front now in the T29. Although he's still going out sideways, but it doesn't matter. It's just an easy 8. Easy damage now. Can we go? Yes, Poo Poo Bear is going to attack the easy 8. But Oil Prince is around the corner just a bit quicker. Aims in, clicks, boom! 7 kills. 5,250 damage caused. And did I mention yet that the Smasher is balanced? Right, anyways, 5k damage in the tier 7 tank, that can only be the Smasher. Ooh. 1532 base XP, 9 shots fired, 9 hits, 9 penetrations, and thank you very much Oil Prince for allowing me to use this replay on the channel. Cheers to you, happy tanking ladies and gentlemen, tankers of the universe. My name is Martin Dogger. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Cheers, happy tanking.